Okay, guys, let's start again the part two. Okay, here I'm just doing the for housekeeping purpose. I'm separating the video for the relevant topic to upload on YouTube. Here the second part of the same topic that we're gonna understand that today. Non-resident person. Earlier we understand the resident person. Now let's see the non-resident person. Having the P in UE, having the P in UE. Non-resident person having P permanent establishment in the UE. Here, just for understanding, branch of the foreign juridical person. This we will dive into detail and see. Non-resident person, P, and the cabinet decision 56 on the nexus. In the previous example, we already took the concept of the nexus, but again, we gonna understand. Juridical person, non-resident person having immovable property in the UE, not their main business. Okay, non-resident person. See, here the non-resident person, how they are generating the UE income. If the non-resident person, the company registered in the outside UE, company registered in the UK, so they are generating the income from the UE. Okay, guys, I'm hope now screen is visible. So I'm gonna start again for the same. Non-resident person, this is our topic now, the permanent establishment, non-resident person, P, non-resident person, UE income, non-resident person, company registered in the UK or Europe, any part of the world, they are generating the business income from the UE. They're generating the UE income. Again, the second part, the cabinet decision 56 nexus, juridical person, non-resident person, having the immovable property in the UE, not their main business. Okay, non-resident person who's generating the income from the UE, how they are generating, let's see. Non-resident person having P in UE, permanent establishment, like branch in UE. So what is the P? Let's understand the P. Fixed place permanent establishment as per Article 14 of the city law, like you have the factory, like you have the warehouse, like you have the office, like you have the branch. You may have the factory over here. Now, here the many people will ask, okay, how they will operate in UE without trade license and all that, okay? So see, this is the point we're gonna understand how they are gonna operate in the UE. How they're gonna operate in the UE, we will understand how they will operate. So maybe they have factory, maybe they have warehouse, office, branch, any format. Plus they have they are generating the income from UE through the service. If the service, then the are they are using the agency PE. The people have the agent in UE, they are working for them in the UE and they are arranging the commercial contract for them, and then they are giving the contract without material modification, they are executing. We will dive into this detail, okay? Even the employees, if you employ, okay, let's say you're one of the persons, we are working here, if our company send us to the Saudi Arabia, okay, to Bahrain, to Oman, or any part of the world for some activity or some consulting activity, some accounting activity, some auditing activity, some taxation activity, if they go on behalf of the company and perform the activity, that also fall under the agency PE. The PE, very detailed topic, you will understand on that. Non-resident person have the second source of income, that is the, what is the second source of income? Here, non-resident person having the PE. Here, the non-resident person having the UE source of income. Here we understand he established the factory, warehouse, office, branch, or the agency B. He is generating the revenue or income from these parameters. Here the non-resident person having the UE source of income. What are the UE source of income? Here the physically some activity will be on ground will be available. Physically, like factory is a physical, you can see on the ground. Warehouse, office, branch, you're gonna see that. Okay. The employees are coming here, you're gonna see that. Okay, now next, the UE source. What is the source? Article 13 of the city law. Sale of goods are sale of goods plus selling from UK to UE resident. If the UK company is selling the goods in the UE, so they are generating the revenue from the UE. You go to the company website and the UK company website, you purchase something. You are living in UE, you are paying from UE. That is the UK company's source of revenue from the UE. We will understand. Plus reinsurance service by the UK company to UE company. Insurance and reinsurance, this is again a very detailed topic, but we are saying the insurance companies, normally we are taking the medical insurance. These medical insurance companies who are providing us insurance, they are also have the reinsurance from another company. The worldwide many multinational companies are doing the reinsurance services. So if they are reinsuring the UE companies that also have this UE source of income, then the interest income in case of the loans, okay, they given the loan to the UE company or UE person, okay, then they are getting the interest on that. This is also their source of income. They invest here and they are getting the dividend from the UE company. This is the UE source, royalty income, the copyrights, patents, or many things will may cover under the royalty or management fee. Okay, they are providing the services, one of the company, okay, investment company or any activity. So they are charging from them. This is also source of income for them. Hope here you understand this source. No city registration is required. Only withholding tax applying in future. Source, on source, no city registration is required. On source, no city registration. But in future, withholding tax will be applied. Currently, withholding tax is a 5%. There is, but they mention is a 5%. If you want to go through, just go through Ministerial Decision 43, Article 2 and study this part. Okay, here I'm adding the link also, but due to the limited time, I'm not able to dive into that ministerial decision. Also, I can show you the same thing, but mostly we are covering. Okay. Here one exception is there. Exception for the corporate non-resident person that drive only state source income under Article 23 does not have any permanent establishment in the UAE to the provision of the corporate tax law. Here we said if from this non-resident person that drive only state source under Article 13, okay, the corporate tax law that does not have a permanent establishment. Here one exception is there if you're generating only the state source income. Again, the state source income. So then you are not required to city registration under the exception for these, but you will pay in future withholding tax. That tax withholding withheld at source, tax deducted at the source, while the vendors, the customer paying the payment from UE to the outside, they will deduct the relevant amount like 5%, 10% that they will pay to the UE authority, but currently the 0%. Non-resident person, one is the permanent establishment, second is the source, and third is the nexus. What is the nexus? We already learned this point is a nexus. Guys, quickly. Nexus. The next point is the nexus. He generate the non-resident person generating the income through the nexus also. What is the nexus? Quickly, guys, what is the nexus? Nexus is a connection. Earlier we taken the one example of the real estate. Earlier we taken the example of real estate, the connection. Okay, we buy the property here in UAE, but that is not limited only to the property. There's many things. The connection means anything link tangible or immovable property. Tangible and immovable property, anything they are associated with the land. Like the building is associated on the land. Okay, like the ATM machine. ATM machine is linked with the land. Okay, like the air wind turbine linked with land. Okay, so this is the connection with the land. Any fixed immovable property that fall under that. Okay, now let's see the cabinet decision 56. The next is we will go through in detail in the next slide, but here let's understand the agency first, understand the PE agency. What is the agency? Although this PE is the standalone one topic where we're going to understand in very detail, but here also important to have the some understanding for the PE. Agent, dependent agent may create PE for the non-resident person, non-NRP non-resident person, may create PE for the non-resident person as a consultant. If you are working as a consultant for the non-resident person, that may create PE for them also. What are the conditions? Dependent agent, exclusive. If consultant is working only for that non-resident person, if the real estate agent working only for non-resident person to buy and sell the property and rental, it will be dependent agent. Now, how we understand the dependent agent legally? If he have any legal connection, he work exclusively for that business, do not have their own business. He's not doing any other activity like the employee. We are working only for the company. We are not doing any other activity. So similar understanding take if he's dependent agent legally, if he do not have any own business, have the authority to conclude the contract without major modification by a non-resident person. Whatever the terms you are deciding in UAE as an agent for them, as a consultant, agent is consultant for them, you arrange all the contractual document, commercial document, and the same everything is based on the understanding of the non-resident person. You are negotiating the contract by habitual. Okay, and it will be accepted by a non-resident person without any material modification. Economically, what is the economically? You are getting the benefit from that company only. You are not doing any other business. So you are getting the payments monthly basis, fixed amount from them. So you are depend on that. Now the next is the independent agent, real estate agent, not dependent agent, not exclusive agent, have their own business contract by the non-resident person. So what is the definition? If the real estate is, if the non-resident person have the property, so he gives one of the UE agent to manage the property, but that agent itself is operating as a real estate agent. That is not 100% for them. This property may be the 5% of his revenue. There is no condition, but I'm just giving you understanding. This property is 5% of his revenue. He's doing other business also. He's generating the other business also. Then it is not dependent. Okay, he's taking the services from this agent that working as a primary business in the market, his own business as a real estate agent. Is not dependent because he's legally he's not only working for him. Economically, he's generating the revenue from other customer, have their own business contract concluded by. So he will not conclude the contract. Okay, he will give to the non-resident person. He will conclude the terms and condition of the contract. Non-resident person fixed place P in UAE. What is the fixed place P UAE? Guys, now the topic you're gonna understand in a much better way. Non-resident person fixed place P in UAE. Now this is series of option that we're gonna test to understand this part. Non-resident person. What is non-resident person incorporated in UAE? So we have to see whether the non-resident person is registered in the UAE or no. No. Okay. In case of yes, resident of the UAE. If he's registered, resident UAE. In case of no, then we have to check the next point. Non-resident person having effectively managed and control in UAE. If yes, then is the resident in the UAE. If no, then what is the impact of the no? Next point, we will check non-resident person have the P in UAE. If yes, he is a resident in the UAE. He will city registration is applicable on that, mandatory on that. If non-resident person is not in non-resident person not having P in UAE, no, then non-resident person have UAE source income. The source you already understand in the previous slide. What is the source? This is the reason why I'm giving you the information step by step, and then we are summarizing the information. Non-resident person having UAE source income. Yes, no city registration. Non-resident person having UAE source income. It will be subject to withholding tax in the future. But if you is not having the UAE source income, then we have to check the next point, non-resident person having the nexus in UAE. If yes, city registration. If again we understand over here also city registration, if the juridical person and is this SIGA. In the previous session, we understand the SIGA core income generating is the real estate, then it will be nexus and is subject to city registration. Non-resident person having nexus in UAE. Now, we covered the previous one. Now we are going to understand the nexus. Guys, up to this point is understandable? I quickly confirm. Okay, now let's continue the nexus. Non-resident person having nexus in UAE. Guys, here you're gonna see that we are continuing the same topic. Non-resident person. I'm connecting the bullets for better understanding. Non-resident person having the nexus in UAE. So the word nexus means the connection. Juridical person, non-resident person. City corporate tax. City, the word I'm using the city is the corporate tax. Registration is required, yes. Immovable property in UAE. What is the immovable property? Land plus building, ATM machines. Is generating the income from the land and building, ATM machine, air tube, vending machines. Vending machine normally with and many malls and many places we are seeing we can take the water, put the coins and take the water and juices or chips or something like that. Okay, now from these activities he's generating the income. If he's generating the income, now what we have to see, this is his core income generating activity. This is core income generating activities. What we have to see, this is his core income generating activity. Then is a PE. We took the example of the KSA real estate company, Roshan real estate, rent property in UAE, because this is core income generating. We said this is the nexus. Non-controlled income activities, we said the Shah Rukh Khan, the company, the media production house, he buy the property. Here the another example, the case a consulting company, okay, they have the property in UAE. Same consulting means the media production house, but they buy the property in UAE. So this is not their main business. Here the main case a real estate company, this is their main business. So this will be P and here will be nexus. Okay. Now the next part we already understand. So here here one free zone point is coming. We will understand later on when we reach to this point where we need it. Okay, cabinet decision 56 because I'm going to cover the nexus. Cabinet corporate tax is imposed on resident, worldwide income, company, and natural person, including local UE or foreign, but effectively managed and controlled. See, this is the company, juridical person who is saying the UE companies and the foreign companies, but effectively management control companies are also natural person. This is the we already understand. I'm just going to summarize here for our understanding purpose. Natural person, including UE business, are the partnership. We already understand what is the natural person. Non-resident, PE in UE, taxable income, UE source income, not attributable to PE. Okay. Then the nexus is the cabinet decision 56 on the nexus. Let's understand the cabinet decision, what he's saying. Determine of non-resident person nexus in UE. How we're going to determine? Issued on 30th of May. The cabinet decision cabinet decision 56 on nexus issued on 30th May of 2023. He gave us the guideline to determine the nexus. Refer to Article 14, Clause 4C of the Corporate Tax Law. Please note that this is in principle different than the nexus as per the Article 14(1) of the Corporate Tax Law. The nexus that we're going to understand and discuss, they think this is not the same. This is the different. There are different clauses. There are different clauses of the city law. There are different clauses of the city law. So this clause we already mentioned. This concept may why I'm referring over here, because the law under each scenario they will give the different guideline. Maybe for one business it will not be applicable as a nexus, but other business it might be applicable nexus, because maybe the person is fall over here. Please note this is in principle different than the nexus as per Article 14(1). This is the 11(4). This is the 14(1). So maybe at this point they are falling under the nexus. At this point they are not falling under the nexus. So we have to consider in the both article and applicable on this scenario. Definition of the nexus: act of binding, tying or fastening together. We already seen a couple of examples. We have the understanding. Here is the link of the Wikipedia. So you can want to understand the nexus more, so you can understand from there also. Before coming to the relevant classes, we have to take the understanding of each topic. Then you can apply the concept of corporate tax article also, or the ministerial decision. Article 2 of the city law of the cabinet decision 56 stipulate that any juridical person that is a non-resident person shall have a nexus in the state if it earned from the immovable property. Immovable property. Guys, hope the nexus concept is pretty much clear to you guys. Immovable property means, what it means? Any of the following: area of the land over which rights or interests or service can be created. Any area of land over which the right or service, interest or service can be created, building or structure or engineering work attached to the land permanently. Guys, understand? Everything they are saying the permanently associated with the land are attached to the seabed, and fixture or equipment which makes an permanent. Income from the immovable property shall include this in right right in RIM, sales, disposal, assignment, direct use, letting, subletting, any other form of exploitation. Taxable person, okay. Taxable person, what is the taxable natural person? Income from immovable property is out of scope as per the city cabinet decision 49. We already understand the previously. Juridical person, income from immovable property is taxable. We are summarizing the same understanding that we learned previously. Non-resident person, juridical person, if non-resident person having immovable property in the UAE, then no nexus in UAE. We already understand that if non-resident person having immovable property in UAE, then no nexus. Let's see, understand. Immovable property located in UAE, land or building and vending machine. Now here the important part, immovable property in UAE, land, building, vending machine. I believe here the word no will be appearing if non-resident person having no immovable property in UAE, having no immovable property in the UAE. If non-resident person having no immovable property in UAE, then no nexus. If immovable property in the UAE, land and building machine there, okay, it is a core income generating activity of non-resident person. This previously we understand, here we're saying yes. So if yes, non-resident person having P in UAE. If no city registration is required, city return is required, city payment is required. If no, then non-resident person having the nexus in UAE. Right? The test we already performed certain step. The city registration is required, city return is required. Now let's see the here the Mr. example, Mr. X in UK purchased land and building in Dubai for rental. Mr. X, immovable property in UAE. Rental income and sale of real estate in UAE, 1 million. What he did, he purchased here immovable property. From here, what's going on? Rental income. Okay. Mr. X will not go for city registration as there is no nexus. What's the mean of nexus? He said he purchased land and building in the Dubai or in UAE for rental. But here we're saying Mr. X will not go for city registration. There is no nexus. Is it correct or no? Guys, please confirm. Now, hope you understand this point and give me the right answer. This is the correct or no? This is the nexus or no nexus? Why no nexus? Why no nexus? Guys, why no nexus? Thank Kinjal Sweet. Guys, I'm not sure this is your appropriate actual name or you just writing over here, but yes, this is the because no core business activities. This is the one of. One more point is also there. One more point also there is Mr. X is a LLC, is a juridical person. Is a Mr. X is a juridical person. If he's not juridical person, as a natural person, he buys, so there is no nexus. What if Mr. X based in UAE and buying real estate in his personal capacity? Here he said no nexus, but now the another scenario, what he's saying, what if Mr. X based in UAE and buying real estate property in his personal capacity? So how about this? Please answer on that. Please answer on that. He said, now assume that Mr. X is in UAE base and he's buying the real estate property. How he's buying? Personal capacity. Personal capacity. Guys, quickly. Let me. Okay, guys, how many persons are there? Yes, Mr. Umar is saying the personal investment. Yes, because the word we understand today, our learning today is here, the personal capacity, the personal capacity. Guys, understand the personal capacity. The word the personal capacity means out of scope, means out of scope. Guys, understand whatever million trillion income he will generate, we have nothing to do with 1 billion. Income is 1 billion, not million, billion. But in his personal capacity, okay. Anyhow, let's. Mr. A in KSA real estate company purchased land and building in Sharjah for rental. Mr. A in a KSA real estate company, the word is company, is juridical person. Juridical person. What he did, he buy the property in UAE. What he's getting the real estate income, 500,000. Company A will consider having P in UAE. Guys, quickly, P in UAE, almost 30 participants. So I would like to have the answer from the all the participants. Because this is the real estate company, juridical person, then SIGA. Okay. Next, the Mr. A is a consulting company. You buy the property in Ajman. How much the real estate income? 800. Immovable property. Company A will be considered having nexus. Here, because this is core income generating activity, this will be PE. This is juridical person, SIGA, core income generating activity, the PE. But here, the juridical person, but not SIGA, non-SIGA. Nexus. Because juridical person. If by the X, then it will be not P, not nexus. Okay. A company A acquired land in UAE. Company A incorporated and effectively managed in country A. Where? In UAE or outside UAE? Not registered business in UAE. Provide engineering and consulting services. Each acquired land is what is the SIGA? What is the main business? Is this information? His main business is what is his main business? Core income generating activity, consulting services. But what he purchased? Land, acquired land in UAE as an investment opportunity, considering this is the growth real estate industry in UAE. The land is then leased to unrelated event management company to organize their various conferences. This land will create a nexus RP. Guys, all the information I already highlighted. nexus. You guys read that. You already understand. I'm not gonna read that. You guys read. I'm giving you 30 seconds. In this case, the land will not constitute a permanent establishment for UE for the company A, as it is neither used by the company A to undertake its core business lending activity, which are engineering services, nor is the land at its disposal once it has been released to the event management company. So he's saying is not on his plan. Hence, the rental income generated from the land would not be treated income as the attributable to permanent establishment of the company. However, company A would be considered to have a nexus in the UE. Hence, it would be subject to corporate tax on the tax attributable to immovable property. As I'm just trying to cover quickly this. Office space used to collect information. Here, this is the office space. For what purpose? Collecting the information. Marketing. They are not doing any commercial activity so far, but they, for the market information collection purpose, the market and under R&D purpose, the product they're going to launch in UE and might be in future, the market exists for them. What is the customer behavior? What is the suitable for them? So many things they are going the R&D part, collecting the information. Company A not registered in the UE. The first point, not in UE. Manufacturing fast-moving consumer goods, FMCG. It acquire a residential property. What he purchased? Residential property in UE. Outside, non-resident person. As an investment opportunity, this property is also used by company A as an office space. You buy the property and using for office space. For a few of its employees when visiting the UE, if you're employee visiting the UE to collect the information and market insight regarding the product manufactured by the company. The employee of the company A attends seminar conference related to the business and undertake discussion with whole sales retail chain to understand the consumer preference. Make call to various customers for feedback. Now, guys, let me know this is the P or nexus or source. P, nexus or source. Okay, let's see directly. In this case, while the property at the disposal of company A, fine. The first part is saying the property of disposal A is core income generating is the product not conducted through such location is manufacturing product, but that is not in this location, not in this location. So SIGA is applicable or no? The activity pertain to collecting the information which would qualify a proprietary or auxiliary in the nature. Hence, it will not constitute a permanent establishment for company A. Furthermore, company A would not be considered to nexus in UE as it's not driving any income. Guys, one point you guys keep most of them saying, what is the SIGA? And what he's doing here, they're collecting the information. They are not doing any business so far. So manufacturing the product, but either they're selling the product or manufacturing the product on the same location, no. So this will not be the P. On the other side, he's not generating any income from the property. What he's doing proprietary and auxiliary. What is the definition of proprietary and auxiliary? This is the important concept that you understand. It will be used in many ways. This is normally support services. This is not the main activity. This is a support function. Like repair and maintenance, if Amazon have the selling the worldwide, but if we make the repair and maintenance center in UAE, so that will be proprietary auxiliary in nature. So that center will giving only the support services. So that is not primary business they are doing. So this will not fall under the PE or the nexus. Like warranty claim, if you're going the warranty claim from the UAE all the time to sell to UK or Canada or the any part of the Europe, that will be expensive. They on each strategic location, they have their warranty center for repair centers. Okay, nexus in UAE by non-resident person. Non-resident company A incorporate in and tax resident of N. Company A in country N installed a wind turbine which is a fixed on seabed location which fall within the territory of the water of the UAE. Now this is the PER nexus. We already 3 o'clock. This is the PER nexus. Guys, so far you understand that it is the PER nexus and company L will be incorporated will be incorporated to both nexus in the UAE and the permanent establishment in the UAE. Why? Because they install the fixed seabed in the territory, which means this is the SIGA. This is their SIGA, core income generating activity. Okay, with the seabed, with the where is that? This is the installed. Okay, this is the installed seabed, the nexus. It's not only always P, this is P plus nexus. Even if P is not there, nexus will be there. If nexus is not there, source will be there. Okay, let's go to the next. Company A not established in UAE, on land in UAE and routinely rent out such land to various companies to hold events. Okay, company A not established. When you say various customer means this is his business. So this will be nexus. This will be nexus or P. This will be nexus. Because he's not registered in the established in the UAE. So there is no PE, fixed place PE not there. But he taken the land. Company A will be considered to have an access in UAE. Okay, if you want to cover this additional part also. Company B, a bank not established in UAE, install, operate, and maintain ATM machines in various malls, hotels, and movie theater UAE, from which it's earned this service fee. So this is P or nexus. P or nexus. P or nexus. Guys, quickly. Still people are giving the both answers. In this case, company we consider to have a nexus in the UAE. Guys, is not registered in the UAE. Is not registered in the UAE. Fixed place through Is they have the branch? Is they have the office? No, only the ATM machines. ATM machine, machinery and equipment which permanently attached to the building, not the fixed place permanent establishment in the UE. Note fixed place of permanent establishment is also created in this because the ATM machines are used by the non-resident person to carry his business activity on a regular and because his bank, what is the bank activity? What is the bank activity? To provide such services. If services, now P plus nexus both will be there. Okay, guys. Today we covered two parts. So we'll continue the same topic in next class also. And inshallah, we'll cover now in next class, we will have the exercise on the natural person, on the small business relief, and the nexus we already covered, and some couple of other slides. So we'll close this topic.